The festive and New Year seasons are great for local multiplayer games because you've got plenty of people all in one place ready to party. And Rallyallyally aims to be a new one to add to your arsenal. It's a 1 to 8 player racing game, but it's not racing in the strictest sense of completing laps and first over the line wins. It's more like a capture the flag style checkpoint party game, and I'll explain how that means before my voice conks out because I'm coming down with a terrible cold and I sound awful, so sorry for that. In Rallyallyally, there are no courses or tracks, but there's one oval world map that's full of different checkpoint areas. And you'll start off in one, with all of the players kind of facing inwards together, and a little road icon will start to roll out gently like a tie unfolding. The aim of the game is to take control of that road, and whichever player is in control of the road gets to roll it out wherever they're pushing it. And you have to push it like you're kind of rolling toilet roll, is the best way to describe it. Because if you turn too sharply and let go of the road just kind of rolls to a halt and you're not in control of it. So you really do have to nudge it. Now, the idea and the way how you score points is that each round is won by whoever's in control of the road when you reach one of the other checkpoints on the world map. But you have complete free range as to how you get there. So you could try and take a really direct route, you can try and zigzag everywhere, and they're quite far apart. So you need to really be quite tactical in how you keep control of the road as best as possible and try and avoid everyone else piling in to steal the road off you. The first person over the road, the checkpoint, wherever you kind of end up, that's in control of the road gets 6 points. Second person, fastest loser over the line, then gets 4, and then there's a 2 and a 1 for third and fourth. 5, 6, 7 and 8 get 0 points. And that goes on for 3 rounds, and whoever's got the most points win. This is a quick fire and quite surface level party game, but it's really fun if you keep it in relatively short doses because this game is so unhinged in its distaste for whoever's in charge of rolling that road out because you're put at such a significant disadvantage. You'll never reach the same top speed as everyone else. So if someone else is relatively okay at driving, they will catch you back up again and then they can just start ramming you out of the way. And so actually it pays quite often to not be in control of the road for most of the battle and then try and steal it right at the end and be tactical like that. But there's also other power-ups as well, such as rocket boosters to catch up, glove punches to try and smash people out of the way. And if you're clever enough when you're in control of the road, you can roll over other things that allows you to put in oil slicks, which will make people spin around 180 degrees to the wrong direction and things like that. So there are a few things to help you out, but it's blatantly weighted so that if you're rolling out the road, you will struggle and you will be abused by the 7 other people just coming in and smacking you out of the way. The game is also set in a singular screen that doesn't really pan out particularly far when players start to fall too far behind the rest. Now, unlike Micro Machines and Mashed and other kind of big games like this, when you fall off of the screen it's game over for that round, you actually boost back in again. And whilst this is really helpful to keep everyone in the game, it's actually slightly overpowered in some cases, particularly when you're close to the end next to a checkpoint, because sometimes you can blast in and actually steal the road and win, and that feels like a wrong tactic to be able to rely on. But unfortunately it is there. In fact, I'd kind of say that one of the positives and negatives for this game is just how much it loves to screw over whoever's in the lead, and that feels quite unfair. The game itself does also have a couple of other issues. The first one is that it's just a single map, and you do get used to where things are quite quickly in that map. It doesn't really change up particularly. The checkpoints are always in the same kind of places, so you get very familiar with what's around you, and that makes the game slightly staler, probably quicker than what you would expect it to. And the other thing that makes it staler is that there's no customization for any of the rounds or options in the game. So it's always 3 rounds, it's always the same point systems. The rounds go by very, very quickly, 2 to 3 minutes. So you burn out of the game much quicker because you can't go in and maybe toggle on or off some of the weapons and effects, or change the amount of rounds or the point scaling system or something like that. And I just think adding those options in, it would be a really low hanging fruit way of giving some variation and longevity to Rallyallyally, because the core gameplay here is quite fun, chaotic, ridiculous, and so long as you don't want to rage quit, I think you'll have a very good time with the game for the price point that it's set at. But there's a few things here that I think if they just added in some quality of life features for it, and maybe made some of the green cars stand out so that you didn't feel like you was constantly lost if they gave you a green car, I think they would be good wins for the game. So that's Rallyallyally, came out just before Christmas, probably missed it in all of the winter sales, but a worthy addition if you love your local multiplayer carnage. Take care.
Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.